Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Applied networking. So how far are we now? So we started with chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 is about PC engineering. PC engineering. Then chapter 5 and 6 is introduction to networking, computer networking. So it's very, very important for any um, IT learner to at least to get an idea about what is networking, because nowadays everything is networking. AI, virtualization, anything is based on networking. So we did see that a network is a set of components. We are all interconnected and we communicate. So nowadays everything is interconnected and we can communicate. So it's good to understand a bit the basics. If you want to go deeper, there is another course from Cisco called Cisco CCNA. That is for to become network engineers. So applied networking, let's see what we can find there. Anytime you have questions, just unmute yourself and feel free to ask your question. So I'll give you what is the most important. Then when we do the revisions, we'll focus on base questions to do some revisions. So if you go in your NetAcad, you'll see a video about what is MAC address. A MAC address is what we checked last time. What is my it's what we did a bit last time. So we see that we did see that any device in the network needs two addresses to communicate. One is called physical address or MAC address. So it's a type of address like a serial number. The manufacturer will assign that address to you. We can never change it, you see. And that address is managed by the switch. Then we have the second address, that is logical address or IP address. We can change it like your cell phone number. That will be managed by the router. So when you have, let me zoom out, zoom in. So when you have a PC, that PC has two addresses, a MAC address or physical address and an IP address. So when you send your data will go via your network cable. It will reach the switch. The switch understand only MAC address. Where do you come from? Where do you want to go? After that, the switch will send to a router. The router will understand only IP address. Where do you come from? Where do you want to go? Then it will forward to the internet. So a MAC address, it's an address that is managed by the switch. So if I come to my PC here, you see, and I type ipconfig. So job interview, if they ask you what command will you use to view some properties on your Mac, on your network interface card, say it's ipconfig space /all. Then you press enter. And because I'm at home, I'm using my Wi-Fi, you go to wireless LAN Wi-Fi. And here you'll see physical address or MAC address is here. So this is what we call the MAC address. It will be managed by the switch. So in your NetAcad, you'll see a video that explain more what is MAC address and all this stuff. And also it will explain a bit of what is MAC address that we did study a bit in chapter 5. You don't need to memorize, just to have an idea, that's all. Also, we have IPv6, just have a look only. Remember last time when we checked, we did see that when it comes to logical address, we have to IPv4, then we have IPv6. And this is an example of IPv4 192.168.20.52. And this is an example of IPv6, 8 blocks. So you'll see some short videos in EtherCAD that will give you more explanation. The two type of addresses, what I explained, the MAC address or the physical address is this one, the IP address or logical address. And we have the MAC address, example of MAC addresses. And this is an example of IPv6 address. Yes, you can have a look 1 minute and we continue. Anytime you have questions, please feel free to unmute yourself. You tell us your name and ask your question. Okay, so this is it. The two addresses. So any PC, so if you take this PC here, you see it has the MAC address and the IP address. So IP address, we have two types, IPv4 and IPv6. So when you want to communicate in the network, these addresses are compulsory. When you send your data, it will reach the switch. The switch will manage the MAC address. Where do you come from? Where do you want to go? Then your data will proceed with the router with IP address. It can be either IPv4 or IPv6. It will read, where do you come from? Where do you want to go? Then it will proceed. If one of these is missing, you cannot communicate. So you need both a MAC and IP. So you can read this one, it's very important. So this is the basics of IT to understand how devices works, how devices work. People will just click, 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 but what is happening in the background? It's what we are learning. And it's very important because in a company, you can assist people with the issues. So ipconfig/all is a command. If you issue it, it will display some properties on your network interface card. So here, this guy, for example, is using a network cable. Then you go to Ethernet. Then you see the physical address, the IPv4 and IPv6. So how to get here? You see in your search box here, or from your from your keyboard, you press the Windows button and R. If you press the Windows button, you'll see this one opening. Then you tap CMD and you click OK, and it will display this. You see. And from here, you type ipconfig space/all, and you press enter. So it will display information about. If you're using Bluetooth, you come here. I'm not using Bluetooth. I'm at home. It's too big. I'm at home, so I'm using my Wi-Fi. So you go to wireless, you see, LAN adapter, and you'll see my physical address that is here. You'll see my IPv6 address, and you'll see my IPv4 address. So for job interview, we can ask you such questions. We can tell you, okay, this is a PC. Show me the IP address. Then you come here to do that. Yes. So you can check this one again, and we continue.
Excuse me, sir, can you repeat again how to show the IP address, the address again, please?
Okay, no problem. So you have two ways. Either from your keyboard, you'll see a button with the Windows flag, Microsoft Windows flag on it. It's close to the space bar. You press, you keep it down and R. You see, then you'll see this. Then inside, normally when it comes, it's empty. Then you tap C, so Charlie, Mike, Delta. Also, as an IT technician, I'm training you to become, it's good in this world to get a lot of skills. And I'm happy from JFET to give you that opportunity to grab that IT essential course. It will help you, maybe not now, but in the future, it will help you. So there is also something you should know, the NATO alphabet. NATO alphabet, I'm going to show you. CMD. So NATO, and you should know that NATO alphabet. Which one is nice? Let me go to image. Yeah, this one is very, I'm going to send to you in the group. Why this one? Yeah. A for Alpha, B for Bravo, C for Charlie. You must know by heart. It's very important. Maybe at the first time it looks strange, but the more you repeat, you practice, the more you know. Job interview, if you know more than any other candidate, you see you have more chance. So you see here, for example, I say CMD. Maybe you can hear CND. So to avoid confusion, I'll say Charlie, Mike, Delta. Then it's easier to understand. You see, Charlie, Mike, Delta. You see. So this alphabet is very important to know. So I'll post it in your in the WhatsApp group. Very, very important to know. So when you press on your from your keyboard the Windows key and R, you'll see the run option. It's blank. You tap CMD. You press enter. Then it will show this window. Then from here you tap IP config space /all and you press enter. And because if you were in an office and you were using a network cable, then you go to Ethernet. And from there, you could also see IP addresses and MAC address. But because from now I'm at home, I'm using my Wi-Fi, so you count here. Then because job interview, we can ask you, this is a PC or a laptop, show me the MAC address and the IP address. So you need to come here. So you can check again this one, very important, for 1 minute and we continue. So I will ask you from your if you have a PC to send me your PC MAC address and your PC IP address. You can take a picture and you send to me for me to see if you can check here also, if you can reach here. Okay, very important. And okay, this one you can just check. You don't need to know let's say to memorize. If you want to assign a IP address to your PC, you can come here. I'll send you a short video how to reach here. I need to make my PC as this profile or as administrator. Then on Thursday, and I'll show you how to reach. So this is an example of IP address that you can manually assign. So remember last time, we did see that for a PC to get an IP, you can assign manually yourself, you type, or the PC can get an IP automatically via a device called a DHCP server. We did see that in chapter 5. So I'm going to put it back for you to read. You see how a device can get an IP manually, we call it static IP, or dynamically via a DCP server. So read the dynamically, it's very important. Okay. So all this information are in your NetAcad. So I did send you a link to access some study materials, some videos. So if you have time, you can go there, read a bit, and get extra knowledge. Very important. So here this is an example of IPv6. No need to memorize it, mostly for Cisco CCNA student. But yeah, it has 8 blocks: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yeah, we have some rules to omit leading zeros. For example, if you have an address 0db8, you can make it shorter by removing, you see here, 0db8, you can remove a 0 because it's a leading 0 to make it shorter. Here we have 3 leading zeros you can remove and keep the last one, and so forth. And if you have a lot of zeros together, you can replace them by double colon. No need to memorize it, just to get an idea. Okay, we continue. And static addressing, it's when manually you enter this information. And dynamic, it's when you get via a DHCP server. That's all. Okay, DNS. Okay, to make it short, a DNS is also a device. If you have a network, when you have a network, you see Cape Town office, for example. This is Cape Town office. Now this is Pretoria office. So a DHCP server is also a device in your network, you see, that will automatically assign IP addresses to your devices. So we have DHCP server. You can also get another device called DNS server. DNS server. This one is a device that will change names, domain name server. For example, if you type www.cisco.com, the PCs, we don't understand that. We understand IP address like 192.168.56.32. You see? It's like cell phones. We understand only cell phone numbers. So normally we should type the numbers 192. But because for us it's difficult to memorize, it's easier for us to know www.cisco.com. Yeah, so when you type that in your browser, the DNS server will change that to the correct IP to get your answer. So a DNS server is a device that will map a name www and to its IP address for you to go to internet. Yeah, so it's good to know that also. DHCP automatically assign IP address and other information to devices. It's fine. No need to spend too much time. Okay, this one you can skip. It's for CCNA. This one, okay, you can skip it for CCNA. You can just read to get an idea, but it's not too much for us. So if you have a PC or a laptop, you need a network interface card. If you want to use a network cable, you plug the RJ45 here, and you plug the other one to your switch. So when you have a PC, you use a network cable. You plug one to the PC and one to the switch. I did explain to you network cable, network cable. And if you go to image, you see this is an example of network cable. So one connector, we call it RJ45. You plug it to a PC, and the other one you plug it to a switch. So you plug them in this port. You plug one here. So if you want to go to internet, you need this card, network interface card. If you need wireless, buy a wireless interface card. So nowadays, when you get a laptop, they automatically come with. If you don't have them, you buy and you plug in the extension slots in your motherboard. Okay, all these just have a look only. Okay, this one you can skip. It's mostly for IT essentials. So you have a nice video explaining a bit of wireless, how it works with components. You can watch it many times. If you don't want to read, always I'll explain in the video here. Yeah, we'll do a demo from the video. No need to. All this stuff, we do a demo in the video. A firewall also is a device in your network to protect, to filter traffic in and out your network. It's like a security guard. Before you enter in the building, you want to ask you, who do you want to go to see? Do you have an appointment? Show me the proof. If all good, then it will allow you to go in. Else, you can't. It will be same thing for firewall, to filter traffic in and out your network. You can check that video. Okay, always I explain the video. No need to memorize. Just watch one, twice, done. Okay, in case you have IT issues, where to start? So here you have some troubleshooting processes. Step one, identify the problem, and the same thing like what we check in chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, someone can say, hi IT, I cannot go to internet anymore. So as an IT technician, you can ask a question. When, from what time did you get internet this morning? Should you say yes? So what happened? And you cannot use internet anymore. You can say, okay, maybe the cleaner was here to clean the floor, and after that, I cannot go to internet. So first thing first, you can check the cabling, the network cable, if everything's well connected and all this. So if you check the network cable, maybe the cleaner lady, she made a mistake, you disconnect the network cable, you plug it back. So here is some examples of troubleshooting. We have many type of issues, but this one will help you. So we did see that already in chapter 1, 2, 3, the same processes. So now we have how many steps? 6. Now we're going to explain each step. So you can read this 1 minute and we continue. Yeah, so this is an example how to identify the problem. These are some kind of questions you can ask yourself, and from there. So all these steps, you can go through them step by step. Step by step. You see. No need to memorize, just read and have an idea, that's all. So when we do the revisions, I'll bring you some questions, and you must try to explain to me how you can find the solution. You see? So you have all these steps, and also some problems and some issues we get in a company. Yeah, so step by step, you take your time to check. It's straightforward. You take your time to check. So that's all for chapter 6. I'll send you some questions that could help you to focus on what is the most important. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions? Any general questions? Even if you don't have question now and at a later stage you do have, feel free to contact me, or you can post your question in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, and I'll help you. Yeah, any questions? Ellie and Erastus, Lois, Thomas. Okay, so if no question, we can end the session for today. I'll post the recording and the questions tomorrow. Yes, question?
Is there a difference between a MAC and IP address?
Yes. Yes, there is a huge difference. Let me go back here. Yeah, so if I show you this, you see here, see, a MAC address is also called a physical address. So it's a kind of address that the switch will use. So at the later stage, I'll show you what the switch needs. So for example, if I go to this switch, I open this switch, and tap enable, tap show. This one is for Cisco CCNA with next course, not for you, for people who want to do network engineering. Show MAC address table. Show MAC address table. Yeah, press enter. So if I tap show MAC address table on the switch, for example, on port 3, it will display the MAC address of the PC that is connected on that port. See? So the switch understand MAC addresses. It's like passport numbers, passport or visas. You can say in Namibia, I don't want to accept, let's say, a UK passport. You understand only African passport, you see. So the switch is a device that understands a kind of addresses. We call it MAC address. This is how it is. You see. So which one will be managed by the switch, and the IP address is like your cell phone number. You see, different types, and this one will be managed by the router. The router understands only this type of addresses. It's like your cell phone number. Yeah. So these two numbers are compulsory. Because why they are compulsory? Because if you want to go to internet, you see, this is your internet here. This PC, your data will go to the switch first. So the switch will need to understand an address. It's only MAC address. Then it will go to the router. The router will check, where do you come from? Where do you want to do IP address before he sends? So these are the two type of addresses. Yeah, it's only some addresses there. Nothing else. Someone want to get in. So remember this file. No? Device identification in network, and yeah. Any other question? Yes. Just tell us your name and feel free to ask your question. Okay, so if no other questions for now, anytime you have
Sorry,
question, please feel
sir.
free to
Sorry,
ask.
sir. I was struggling to activate my
Mm,
mic. I was
okay.
actually here at the IPv4 where there's LAN 2 and
Mm-hmm.
LAN 1, where you were showing us there the difference between the IPv4 at LAN 1 and the IPv4 at LAN 2. So I noticed at the IPv4 in LAN 1, it has 192.168.200.8, and then the IPv4 in LAN 2 has 192.168 and 108. What does that mean? Why is there a difference?
Sorry, why did you see that?
You see the two network addresses,
We're here.
the yeah, no, where there are only two, like LAN 1 and LAN 2.
Uh, so let me check. Is it in the PowerPoint or
I think so. Where you were just showing us the IPVs before, yeah, I think it was before you displayed that.
okay? If it's, I'm going to. So you let me know if you see it. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yeah,
here?
that one.
Okay.
Where there's LAN 1 and LAN 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then.
so here the
Mhm,
IPv4s are not the same because there's that difference of a 200 in
mhm.
LAN 1 and there's this
Yeah.
100 in LAN 2. That
Yes.
determines what? Why is there a
Yes.
difference?
Okay. Very good question. So the difference is you cannot get the same student number, you and your neighbor. A student number is unique, or a passport number is unique, is to identify you. You see. That's why,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Remember what we did? Definition of IP address.
So it's more like these are two different people using
Yes.
different computers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A computer has its own IP address.
Okay.
Everyone has his own. We cannot get two same cell phone number for different people. No, it's unique.
I
It only,
guess I misunderstood because I found you guys have started already.
okay, sorry. I'll
Thank
send you
you,
the
sir.
recording. Okay, you're welcome. I'll send the recording tomorrow so that you
Mm-hmm.
could also have a look. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, brilliant. Any other questions? So if you don't have question now, and while you're studying, you do have, feel free to contact me and I'll help you. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a good evening, and we meet again on Thursday. Yeah? Thank you so much.